So this amount inclusive of interest. So we have to bifurcate what is the actual principal amount, or when we going to purchase the asset on the same day we have to make the down payment. What is the secondary interest we have paid? We have paid 5,000 rupees as the secondary interest. So in hire purchase system, the goods or the ownership of the goods will not transfer immediately. Hello my dear students, I am your AJ sir, faculty, Department of Commerce and Management, Vidyashram, First Grade College, a Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. My dear students, in today's session, I am going to handle the subject called Financial Accounting 2 for second sem BCom, and the topic is Accounting for Hire Purchase System. In the previous session also, we were discussing about the problem or journal and ledger in the books of hire seller, and in today's session also we are going to discuss about the problem regarding accounting for hire purchase system. Under that we are going to discuss the problem. Let's go to the first problem. Mr. D. Bhagavati, a BE mechanical engineer, decided to start a workshop under self-employment scheme. So he is an engineer, so he wants to start a workshop, or he wants to start his own business under self-employment scheme. He purchased on 1/1/1998 a machine on hire purchase system from the Super Machine Limited. So from Super Machine Limited he purchased a machine on 1/1/1998. The total payment was 1 lakh rupees. So what is the total payment? It is 1 lakh rupees he has made, including all the amount. So if you get this type of problems in the exam, so please remember, total payment means not the actual payment, actual price of the machine. It is the total amount including all the installments. Now on signing date or on signing the agreement on 1/1/1998, he has to pay 16,000 rupees. That is down payment. He has to pay 16,000 rupees. So down payment is 16,000. And next, at the end of 1998, so at the end of the first year, so he is paying 27,000 rupees. So this amount inclusive of interest, please remember in your mind. Next one, at the end of 1999, that means second year, at the end of second year, he is going to pay 35,000 as an installment. And at the end of third year, he is going to pay 22,000 as an installment. So all this three amount is inclusive of interest. So we have to bifurcate the interest and we have to find out the actual principal amount. Next one, interest was charged by the vendor of company at 10% per annum. So for every year, so the vendor or the hire seller going to charge the interest at 10% per annum. Next one, ascertain the cash price. So in this problem we have to calculate the cash price. In this problem we have to calculate the cash price, and he has not given the cash price. So don't get confused with this 1 lakh rupees. Don't get confused with this 1 lakh rupees. This 1 lakh rupees is the total amount he has paid, not the cash price. If you get this type of problem, so many students do the mistakes. This type of mistakes, they will assume this 1 lakh rupees as the cash price, but it is not cash price. It is the total amount paid by the hire purchaser. It is inclusive of interest and he has paid the installment. Let's ascertain the cash price now and let's add all the amount. Let's see whether we will get 1 lakh rupees or not. So it is 16,000 down payment he has paid, plus at the end of the first year he has paid 27,000. At the end of the second year he has paid 35,000. At the end of the third year he is paying 22,000. So total it is 1 lakh rupees he has paid. So this 1 lakh rupees is not the cash price. Please bear in your mind, this 1 lakh rupees is not the cash price. This is the total amount he has paid as an installment and also down payment. So this amount inclusive of interest. So we have to bifurcate what is the actual principal amount and what is the interest he is paying. Now how to calculate the cash price? So we should go in descending order. So first let's take third year installment. Let's deduct the interest. In this 22,000, it is not 100%. So cost price or cash price plus interest equals to installment. So principal plus principal price plus interest equals to installment. So in this amount we know the installment and we don't know the principal amount. So this is the cost is 100 plus interest is, what is the rate of interest? Here it is. He is charging 10% interest, means what? 10% is 110%. So this 22,000, 35,000, 27,000 is, he has given 110%. So we have to bifurcate. So we have to remove the interest from installment and we should identify what is the actual cash price. So it is 110%. So how to calculate or how to bifurcate the interest from installment? Let's calculate. So let's go in a descending order. First we will take the third year installment, then second year, then first year, then adding the down payment. Let's take the third year installment. Third year installment. So what is our third year installment is 22,000. Now we have to deduct the interest minus third year interest. Third year interest. So how to calculate third year interest? So in this amount it is 110% he has given. So we have to bifurcate 100% separately and 10% separately. So how to calculate it is, see, 22,000 into 10 by 110. 22,000 into 10 by 110. So let's calculate 22,000 into 10 by 110. So we'll get 2,000. So 2,000 rupees interest included in this amount. Let's deduct 2,000 from this amount. So we'll get, again add this, right? First 20,000 here. Again add second year installment. So what is our second year installment? See, 35,000 is the second year installment. So add 35,000. So if you add it, you'll get 55,000. Again, we have to deduct the interest. So it is 55,000 into 10 by 110. So minus interest. So it is 55,000 into 10 by 110. So it is, you get 5,000. Let's calculate. So 55,000 into 10 divided by 110 is 5,000. Again, you'll get 50,000. If you deduct this 5,000, you'll get 50,000. Again, add first installment. So what is the first installment? 27,000 is the first installment. So add 27,000. It will become 77,000. Again, deduct the first year interest minus interest. So how to calculate interest? 77,000. 77,000 into 10 by 110. So let's calculate. It seems it will come 77,000 into 10 divided by 110. So then it is 7,000. Deduct this 7,000. So we'll get 70,000. Again, add the down payment. So what is the down payment we have paid? 16,000 rupees down payment we have paid. So let's add down payment. So 16,000. Now what is the cash price? So 80 plus, it is 86,000 is the cash price. Cash price of the asset is 86,000. As he has given the problem on ledger entries in the books of hire seller, so need not to calculate the depreciation. So we can directly go to the problem. So what are the accounts we have to prepare? We have to prepare ledger entries in the books of hire seller. So it is hire purchaser account and interest account we have to prepare. So asset, so hire seller is not having the asset, no need to prepare asset account and depreciation account. Ledger hire purchaser account. Who is the hire purchaser? Bhavit is the hire purchaser. So Bhavit account, Bhavit's account, he is the hire purchaser. When he purchased the asset, what is the journal entry in the books of hire seller? So hire purchaser or Bhavit's account debtor to asset account. So by Bhavit account to asset account. So by Bhavit account to asset account. So what is the cash price of the asset? 86,000 is the cash price. On what day we have purchased the asset? So on 1/1/98 we have purchased the asset. So 1/1/1998 to asset account. What is the asset name? Which asset we have purchased? We have purchased machinery. So it is machinery account. Machinery account 86,000. Okay. Next one, on the same day of purchase or when we going to purchase the asset, on the same day we have to make the down payment. So what is the down payment we have paid? So look at the down payment. We have paid the down payment of 16,000. So on the same day we have paid the down payment. That means 1/1/98. What is the ledger entries or what is journal entries for down payment? So down payment means by bank account to hire purchaser account. Who is the giver? So debit the receiver, credit the giver. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So here hire purchaser is giving check to us. So when he gives the check, bank is the receiver. So journal entry by bank account to hire purchaser account. So what is the amount he is giving? He is giving 16,000. 60,000 check he is giving. Next one, now we have to calculate the interest. Interest is receivable. What is journal entry for interest is receivable? Hire purchaser account to interest account, by hire purchaser account to interest account, in hire purchaser account to interest account. In preparing interest account by hire purchaser account, we have to show on what day we are going to calculate the interest. On at the end of the year we are going to calculate the interest. That means 31st/12/98 to interest account. What is the first year interest? See, while calculating we have done in descending order. So while taking the or while considering the interest, we should go in descending order also. So come here, what is the first year interest? This is the first, this 7,000 is the first year interest, and this 5,000 is the second year interest, and this 2,000 is the third year interest. So we should go in descending order, not in ascending order, because we have done calculation in the descending order only. So first year interest is 7,000 to interest account 7,000. Interest is payable 7,000. Next, on the same day, that means on 31st/12/1998, we have to pay the first installment. So it is 31st/12/98. What is the first installment? Look at the question. So 27,000 is the first installment. So come here, it is 27,000. So remaining balance should be carried down for the next year. So add both the side. So 86,000 plus 7,000. It is 86,000 plus 7,000. So it is 93,000. Again here also 93,000. deduct these two amount and find out the remaining balance. Minus 16,000 minus 27,000, it is 50,000. So on what date? 31st 12/98, it is 50,000 will be carried down for the next year. Next, come to the second year. So coming to second year, this amount should be brought down for the second year. That means 1,199. We have to brought down the amount to balance brought down. It is 50,000 amount should be brought down. Next one, for the second year, we have to show the interest is due. What is the journal entry? So higher purchaser account are to interest account being the second year interest due. What is the second year interest? Let's look at the working note. Second year interest is 5,000. So let's show 5,000 is due. On what day we are going to calculate the interest? On 31st 199. So it is 5,000 is the interest, and on the same day, that means 31st 12/99, we have to make the second installment. So what is the second installment we have made? 35,000 we have paid the second installment. So let's write by bank account 35,000. Remaining amount should be carried down for the next year. So it is 31st 12/99. Let's identify the balance. So it is total 55,000. Here also 55,000. So 55,000 minus 35,000, it is 20,000. That amount should be carried forward. Let's come to the third year. The amount should be brought down for the third year. So first day of the next year, 2,000. So 2,000. We should brought down 20,000. Again, we have to show interest is due. What is our interest is due? It is 2,000. And both amount we have to pay as a installment on 31st 12/90, 2,000. So it is 22,000. Third installment we have paid. So total 22,000 will get tally. There is no amount to carry forward. 20,000. This is the hire purchaser account. Now let's go to the next slide. So it is interest account. So in the books of hire seller, we have to prepare only two accounts. What are those? First one hire purchaser account, second one interest account. So this type of problem you can expect for 10 marks in the exam. Now let's go to the interest account. What is journal entry? Where interest appears in the journal entry? So in the third entry, we have to show interest is due. What is journal entry? Interest is receivable. What is the journal entry for that? Hire purchaser account or to interest account. Next, that interest should be transferred to profit and loss account. That means interest account or to profit and loss account. First entry is hire purchaser account or to interest account. That means by hire purchaser account to interest account. So the same entry at the end of the year, we have to transfer this interest to profit and loss account. So here for hire seller, interest is a profit. So that's why he will transfer this profit to profit and loss account. So journal entry is by interest account to profit and loss account. So what is the first year interest? We have paid 7,000 rupees. We have paid in the first year as an interest. So at the end of the year, 31st 12/1998, we have paid 7,000 as the first year interest. So that amount should be transferred to profit and loss account. Same day, 31st 12/98, 7,000 is transferred to profit and loss account. The balance will get tallied. Again come to second year. What is the second year interest we have paid? We have paid 5,000 rupees as the second year interest. In second year interest, what is the journal entry for that? Hire purchaser account to interest account. That means by hire purchaser account to interest account. So at the last day of the second year, that means 99, So we have paid 5,000 rupees interest. Again, that amount should be transferred to profit and loss account 31st 12/99. So 5,000 rupees is transferred to profit and loss account. Here also 5,000. Again, coming to the third year, what is the amount, rate of interest or amount of interest we have paid for the third year? We have paid 2,000 rupees. Again, showing the journal entry in the ledger. So what is journal entry? Hire purchase account to interest account on the 31st 12/2000. We have to show 2,000 rupees is due. This amount should be transferred to profit and loss account 31st 12/2000. So it is 2,000 rupees we have to pay. This amount will get tallied 2,000. Now I hope you are understanding, my dear students. So in the books of hire seller, we have to prepare two accounts. What are those? First one, hire purchaser account. Second one, interest account. So in the books of hire seller, we are preparing the ledger entries. This type of problems you can expect for 10 marks in the exam. Now let's go to the next slide. So in the next slide, my dear students, in the next chapter, we are going to discuss about the third chapter, installment system. What is the meaning of installment system, feature, and what is the difference between hire purchase and installment system. So this question you can expect for 5 or 10 marks. This is theory oriented, and these are all theory oriented questions, and also we will be having for problems on 10 marks and also 15 marks problem. Now what is the difference between hire purchase and installment purchase system? So in hire purchase system, the goods or the ownership of the goods will not transfer immediately after the sale of goods or after the transfer of goods from hire purchase or hire seller to hire purchaser. But in case of installment purchase system, once the goods are transferred with the goods, the ownership of the goods will also transfer from installment seller to installment purchaser. This is the main difference between hire purchaser and installment purchaser. So these things we will going to discuss in the next session. So till then, thank you so much. We'll meet in the next session.